Silenzio, Bruno! What are you doing? Uploading this by November? It is the summertime! Sorry, pardon me. I need to readjust my accent. It's the summertime! Sun splitting the sky, everyone going out for a picnic or a game, everything just going so swimmingly well. Everyone's going out for, just a wonderful splashing time. It's Scotland, what did you expect? Let's go outside! Sniff that fresh air. That's not thunder, that's a plane. It was actually thundering here a few days ago. One of these days, maybe I might go on a trial where we replace the running part with pasta. Wait, what's going on? Oh no, my secret! I've got to wash it off! No, that makes the secret all clear! I need to dry it! The secret is safe. Okay. No. That was close. You didn't see anything. Right? But I'll tell you what I saw. Pixar's latest movie, Luca, directed by Italian-American director Enrico Casarosa, if I pronounced that correctly. This film commemorates his childhood days, in simpler times, when he had a best friend named Alberto, just like the protagonist of this movie. I mean, I can relate to him right there. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading off to a summer paradise of my own, where things were much more simpler. I'm going to say right off the bat, this is not one of Pixar's strongest movies, but seeing the film as a whole, I don't think it's meant to be anything grand or epic. It's just meant to be a simple story, and as far as simple stories go, I liked it. This goes for a more of a slice-of-life angle to it, although I'm pretty certain many other films, even the ones that didn't quite have a sort of slice-of-life mentality to it, I think the story that Luca presents has been done and repeated before. You can practically taste and smell the similar beats to it. No, it's not just because there's something fishy going on around here. This tale tells of the tale of a fish man tale. Okay, carefully. This is the story about fish people. And no, I'm not talking about Jason Momoa. I'm talking about Luca. Deep in the shores of Italy, there's a fish family who considers us land dwellers the monsters. Luca lives a quiet life. And of course, he's told to stay away from humans at all costs. That is until he comes across this other fish person named Alberto, and as it turns out, they have the ability to walk on land and become like humans. There is a condition, though. If they get wet in any way, their cover of being a sea monster is blown. Luca gets curious about this new friend he's made called Alberto. Just like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, or at least Disney's adaptation of it anyway, he likes to collect human stuff. Luca and Alberto have limited knowledge on humans. So from what they've gathered from their local collection from Italy, they see this poster for this very special motor scooter, and they think this is the end-all, be-all goal for life. Funny how materialism works like that. So they set out on a quest to the nearest town to get themselves a scooter. To go around the world, not aware of having to pay in advance for fuels and other such things that comes with going to different territories. I mean, they're fish people, what do you expect? During their escapades, they find a local tournament with a high amount of prize money, which they can use to purchase a scooter. They team up with one of the locals and her father to enter this triathlon competition. Except you take out the running part and replace it with binge-eating pasta. And along the way, lessons are learned, new insights are made on both sides, and Luca starts to gain new interests in the human world. Luca wants to learn more, but Alberto's a bit more fixated on freedom. A clash happens between the two. Yeah, I could say spoilers, but come on, you can predict the story. All the while, the parents of Luca are looking for him, and are trying to find their children in one of the funniest ways possible. Just soak every child. So yeah, the story's pretty basic. But this film's laid out to be quite basic, so I don't think I can be quite mad at it. On side notes, I like this visual style. It's a bit similar to Aardman Animation Studios. There's also got that Pixar flair, of course, and that everything just looks crisp, clean, gorgeous. Crisp, clean, gorgeous. Glorious. New word! If anything, I appreciate this film for how basic it is. Because sometimes life can get you down sometimes. Sometimes you just need to relax a bit. As a matter of fact, this film was heavily inspired by Studio Ghibli movies. This Japanese animation film company has been known to make some slice-of-life films of their own, where there's not much of a big, grand, thematically in-depth narrative. They're usually very good at making smaller narratives, and I really appreciate those animated films for taking the bold step to have slice-of-life dramas, or just give you time to chill and relax, like Kiki's Delivery Service, Porco Rosso, Only Yesterday, and When Marnie Was There to an extent. If you're paying attention, you can see the Studio Ghibli influences all over this film. In fact, the main town that the children venture into is literally called Porto Rosso, as a reference to Porco Rosso. And with that close link to the film, yeah, I could definitely see the similarities between Luca and Porco Rosso. Both are set in relaxing Italian settings. Both have protagonists who are part human, part creature. Both of them have to come up against a mustached jerk who's got a bit too high of an ego of himself. They team up with a girl sidekick who is quite handy at what she does. She gives the main protagonist new insight. There are a lot of similarities between Luca and Porco Rosso. It's practically wearing that film on its sleeves. Although I guess I can critique it a little bit for being too basic, because some people could critique this as being forgettable, especially compared to the other Pixar movies. And even those slice-of-life movies that I mentioned, like Porco Rosso, does get a bit thematically deep at times. I can still remember there's this scene in Porco Rosso where the main character reflects on this one ghostly moment where he has this surreal experience of his plane ascending above the clouds after an intense battle, and he sees all his comrades ascending upwards as if they're going to the heavens. And apparently this was inspired by some kind of poem Miyazaki read, if I'm not mistaken. I look at that scene and that just adds some brilliant depth to that movie. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for this movie, unless you count Luca's will to learn more and then making the decision to go to school at the end. And the director himself, Enrico Casarosa, I think is welcome to pretty much all interpretations, because Enrico never really intended this movie to be this deep. He was just making a movie about his own personal childhood memories. It's, for lack of a better word, childishly simple. And given the subject matter of this film and the director's intent on making it, I think that's quite appropriate. So, for Pixar standards, I enjoyed it as it was. Maybe it could have gone further with the whole slice of life aspect. Maybe drag this film up a bit further to really get you into the relaxing atmosphere, like the Studio Ghibli movies. Those Studio Ghibli movies are amazing with slow pacing, just let you get into the atmosphere of the locations they're depicting. I mean, there's a lot of things they could have gone further with, but it's a simple movie, and I can't really get mad at it for just being what it is. Is it going to make me question the purpose of my existence like Soul did? Not really. Is it going to make me reflect on the different phases of childhood transcending to adulthood like Toy Story did? Not really. Is it going to give me insights on emotional maturity like Inside Out, what I consider to be the best Pixar movie? Yeah, you're smart enough to figure out the answer. I'm going to give Luca an 8.7 out of 12. As of recording this, I'm going to be off on holiday tomorrow, so I hope you all have a lovely summer and keep watching those Olympics. God bless you all. ScotsMaiar signing out.
I'd like to give a shout out to the retrospective roommates, who consists of Mitch the Dragon, who used to be on the Stardust app, and his friend Quattro. Mitch has recently reviewed Luca, so I thought I'd give a shout out to him. Watch his video and enjoy.